After 11 a.m. on Sunday morning, police on Grand Bahama responded to a report of a stolen vehicle revealed to be a red Chevy Malibu. Presley is an officer for the Northern Bahamas. Superintendent of Police Stephen Rowe confirms the chase's end resulted in the custody of a male suspect who was wanted by police.
Gotta get your clips in, big brother. Gotta get your clips in.
Gotta catch the sun, big brother. Catch the sun, bro.
The truck, can you see? I can't. The wire.
I mean the actual sun.
Oh, type.
Let them see, bro. Once the sun, you get to see the sunrise. God is good, bro.
Type. She when she little bright, I need a filter for that shit.
She too bright.
She too bright. I need a filter for that.
Different.
That's your boy Nate, and I just want to say, yeah, boy, you know we fly with it. But you wanna knock no on they way?
No, babe.
No, baby, blood. Your tie gotta be longer.
She gotta be longer.
Think you in school time, baby, blood. That's it. I think you walk in school, like. It's nice saying go up and open doors for us, so y'all know how it goes.
So me and my brother had this athletic Christian seminar, basically explaining the relationship between sports and Jesus Christ. And my uncle texted me and he was like, yo, old man, just let me let you know before everyone else let you know, he gone again. And then at this point I said amongst everybody, I read it, and it most definitely didn't catch me by surprise, not only because this is not the first, second, or third rodeo. This was kind of a big part of my life, you know, so I kind of used to it. And not only that, I spoke to him the night before. And just off his tune, what he was saying, I don't feel like nobody know my father more than me, so I could tell, and I already knew what was to come. So I left the table, and I went to the bathroom to, you know, catch myself. I must admit, I cried for a little bit. I cried. You know, it was really still hurtful. And after I cried, I prayed, you know, and I just leave it to God. Not only was it already a rough patch for me, but I feel like it was one of the rough spaces I've ever faced in my life outside of what was happening at the specific time. And this situation just was the icing on the cake for me. So I broke down, I prayed about it, and I just, you know, I gave it to God. I walked back out front. I enjoyed the word. I enjoyed the teaching. You know, I carried on with what I came there to do. I came to learn, and so I went back out and I learned. And me and my dog was already in the middle of shooting a video when this incident happened. And as I just gathered my emotions and just pray and talk to God, I just felt the need to express myself, express my, you know, not just my feelings, but my wisdom, knowledge, and understanding in regards to this situation. Because yes, I know how to deal with it. You know, I've been going through this from I was small. It's been a big part of my life, and it's part of the reason I am who I am today. Not everybody know how to deal with these type of things, and there's a lot of people out there that go through similar situations. It might not be, you know, like my situation might be worse or it might be a little bit better, but at the same time, not everyone have that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be able to take these type of things. And so that's why with this video, my main goal is to just encourage whoever it is out there that may come across this video. You know, this is a part of life. This is a part of the trials and tribulations that is talked about in the Bible. The greatest people in the Bible had to go through some of the worst scenarios. They had to go through some of the worst things to help them to be the person that God called them to be. Now, sometimes we may question God, like, why I got to be this serious? Do you really got to put me through all of this? You know, that's just life. Whatever he chooses to give to us, we must take it cheerfully, understanding that in due time, everything can balance out, everything can reveal itself. And when you look back, you can be glad some of the things happen. Sometimes when we're going through stuff in the midst of it, we may hate it. We may be like, God, I ain't on this run. I ain't really, you know, you may complain and all. But you gotta really trust God, because it can come a time where you can look back and be grateful that that happened and make you who you are today. And people will never understand how much my father helped me to be better than him by just watching him and seeing what didn't work. Sometimes we need to learn what not to do. Not every time it can be ideal. Not every time in life people can come to you and say, hey, do this, do that. No, sometimes you got to look at your family members. You got to look at the ones around. You got to look at the ones who came before you and see what they did wrong so you could know what to do right. And some people would just never understand how much my daddy helped me along the way. Like the times he sit down and he told me this would come with this gang stuff. This would come with this street stuff. People can die. These are stuff that I did when I was younger. This the reason I had to do all this time in jail. This the meaning for this tattoo. This the meaning for this. This why people don't like him sitting down and telling me all the stuff that come with the streets and with all this gangster stuff. That's what make me not want to be it. And if I didn't have him to really show me what the street would be like or what the street is currently like, I might be curious and want to go figure out. Me seeing my daddy get locked up, me seeing my daddy go, be in and out of jail my whole life, me seeing what my daddy put my mommy through. You feel me? Me seeing these things help me to understand that this is what I don't want to be like. And that's not to justify anything that my dad ever did, but this reality, like sometimes you gotta learn what not to do. Sometimes you gotta look at all the ones who did it wrong and use that to see how to do it right. And with that being said, the mission God give you still must go on, regardless if you lose a family member, if a family member get locked up, if a family member don't rock with you, if your people don't agree with decisions you make. If God put something on your heart, if he put a dream on your heart, whether it be to make a club round, whether it be to be a basketball player, to be a content creator, whatever it is, once God give you that, it don't matter if nobody see the vision. He holding you to that standard because that's what can separate you. That's what can change your life. That's what can answer your prayers. When God give us these things and he place them on our heart, our lack of obedience really causes us to miss out on a lot of blessings. And that's something that I've been reminding myself, regardless of what I go through, I still got to get up, read my Bible, pray, meditate, worship, fellowship, help people, if someone in need, do the best I could do to help them, assist them, make more disciples of the kingdom. Like this stuff that we call to do. And just because you go through a little rough patch, that don't mean it's over. That don't mean God can be like, okay, you don't got to do it no more. No, he know it was coming. But this where active faith come in. You got to do all this stuff, getting up every day, regardless of what you go through, trusting that Jesus can make a way, trusting that it's a better side of things. It's a better side of life. And you might be in a rough space where you feel like giving up. You feel like not doing it no more. You feel like throwing in the towel. You never know who watches you. You never know who inspired by you. So regardless of what you go through, when life knock you down, bro, pray. You're already on the floor. You're already on your knees. You might as well pray. And you got to understand, I'm not who I am today because I never went through nothing. I am not who I am today because life was easy for me. No, you got it messed up. I am who I am today because of the trials and tribulation, because of what I went through, because of what I see my mommy go through, because of what I see my daddy go through. I learned. I chose wisdom, knowledge, understanding, not excuses. You got to fight. Regardless of what you want to do or what you want to become, it's not going to be easy. Nothing's worth having is going to come easy. You got to understand that. And when you understand that, you will fall in love with the pain. The pain of success, the pain of trials and tribulation. Especially if you know and you trust God to work it out. You can get excited when things are hard. You can get excited. Because guess what that means? Nah, this is time for God to show you how he really works. This is time for him to do a miracle in your life. But you got to stay put. You got to stay grounded. You got to stick to the word. For Christ we live, for Christ we die. This ain't easy. You got to know who you are as a person. You can't go through a little rough patch and sit back and just cry. If you can cry, when I cry, I do my push-ups and cry. It's okay to cry. Jesus wept, in case you didn't know. Cry and do your push-ups. Cry and be up 5 a.m. and work out. It's okay to cry. Cry and do what you're supposed to do. Don't cry and just sit there. Nobody coming to save you. He helped those who help themselves. You got to want to do better for yourself. You got to get up. You got to show God you're serious. You can't just pray. You got to pray and get off your hip and hustle. Life goes on. Life can knock us down, but just keep going. Some people say God give his toughest battles to the toughest soldiers. But I like to say God created his toughest soldiers through the toughest battles. So get up off the floor. You forget who you is? Come on now, get up, bro. Get up. Get up. We got a war we in, bro. We gotta fight, dog. We gotta fight regardless. We gotta fight. And I know you were chosen one, bro. I know you a king. I know you a queen. Get up. Get up. Because there's people out there that they can be happy when you fall. They glad you cry. Bro, you really can let them be right about you? Everybody who doubt you, who let you down, who cross you, you really can let them be right about you? Or you can get up and fight. Because I tell you what, when you become successful, when you become rich, wealthy, wise, when you find yourself in Christ, you think they could be glad that they let you go? You think they'd be glad that they turn their back on you? Well, here's the thing. They won't. They will hate that decision that they make. But only if you be the best you could be. Don't roll over. Get up and fight. It's okay to get fed up, but keep your head up, though. Don't let them see you hang your head down. In fact, don't even do that. Don't even let that happen, because you know that ain't you. That ain't who God called you to be, and you know you better than that. So show God you better than that. Show yourself you better than that. It's gonna get better. Just keep going.